Happy Saturday, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. As if the stock market wouldn't be crazy enough, with all the Hertz, with all this bankruptcy stocks that are suddenly back to life and trading like crazy. There is the breaking news that Hertz got approved just a couple of hours ago to sell $1 billion worth of stock, guys. And this is insane. This is, this brings a really other or wrong picture to the stock market, because this is something that is so risky for all the people that don't have too much knowledge about that. And my task is today to just end magic it and show you guys what's actually happening. Okay, therefore we will have a look into the Hertz stock, which is on a wide ride, right? Isn't it? So, as you know, the Hertz stock filed for bankruptcy about on the 22nd of, let me just put it full screen here. On the 22nd of May, they announced the bankruptcy file, which was, let me see, somewhere here, okay? The lowest point, which the stock was just the Monday after. So Friday, they announced the bankruptcy, and they filing for bankruptcy on the 22nd of May, where the stock was still at $2.84 per share. It went down from about $20 per share. Okay, you can imagine that 90% they lost about until then, and then finally they said they cannot pay their bills anymore. So next Monday they opened up with 55 cents. Now what happened after that is absolutely insane, because the stock then traded up to $5.53, or up to $5.53 just a couple of days later, which is just pure speculation, guys. Okay, and let me tell you that something like this happened already in the past. For GM, for example, was also trading after bankruptcy very, very high, and people lost a lot of money. This is very, very dangerous. When people like thinking Hertz will be safe, then I can tell you that the probabilities are very low. And moreover, you have to understand the mechanics of it. This means that even if something would happen to Hertz, the shareholders are getting compensated last. So let's say, imagine they really get the necessary funds to stay afloat. However they get them, 1 billion is surely not enough. Then first, the, let's say, most affected people or suppliers get paid, so the car leasing companies, this kind of suppliers are getting paid first. And then if there's any money left, then in terms of liquidation, then very, very last in the line are shareholders. So it can be that your share falls to zero and you get zero money out of it. So this is the risk out of it. You can lose 100%, and the probability for that is very, very high. So remember that when this is announced. But people like Carl Icahn, one of the most successful investors, he even sold his shares directly after that. So make sure that that there is a reason behind why these big guys are selling it Otherwise, if they would see any possibilities to save their billions of dollars, they would do this. So it's purely speculation. With the new tools, new platforms that we have, like Robinhood and so on, you see that this Hertz stocks are popping up. I will post a daily vlog about this by today, where it's a little bit of a warning, and I will also introduce two similar stocks to Hertz that is absolutely going crazy right now. And this is something that current shareholders are even against it, guys, okay? Because they don't want be diluted, obviously, because if there's new shares coming up, then people and investors get diluted, which seems that, or is then that they get or have less and less of the company when new shares are getting issued, and therefore, obviously they are against it, So what is my personal take on it, on the Hertz thing? Just don't buy it, guys. Just don't buy it. I think this is, absolutely crazy to think that you can make much money about it. So let's have a look into the share price. So from the latest highs at 5.53, we went down back to about 2. So even when you jump the train, which can happen for, oh, sorry, I obviously need to shift myself here, and let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so maybe you haven't seen it. So here, this was the recent low, 0.55, and then we went back up to $5.53. And then, guys, imagine then you jumped the train because you thought this is going back up. Then you could lose half of your money already. And now you see a small jump again just yesterday, which is, just crazy, guys, crazy. And this is pure speculations, and I can imagine that it can easily go back to 50 cents, so you will lose 4/5 of your whole capital that you put inside the stock. So be very, very careful. This is something that I don't recommend at all, guys, okay? Don't speculate on the market. This is gambling, guys. This is not investing. If you want to be really, really successful on the market, if you want to reach financial freedom, this is not how you do it, guys, okay? Other news for today are definitely something for our space investors, because there is a couple of launches. So I feel like the space industry is moving fast now. And we have 3 launches today. We have the Momo 5 in Japan. We have the Electron 12 in New Zealand. And we have the Falcon 9 in the US, which, is quite interesting how fast they put this thing together again. Just a couple of weeks, we saw the Dragon crew mission going to this International Space Station, and now we are already shooting the next satellites up. So big weekend for space industry. I feel that more and more we see, obviously this is not crew flights, this is all satellites launches, that Falcon, SpaceX working on this program where they put satellites into space, and therefore also are creating a beta very soon for low latency internet, and internet for remote areas in the US where you don't need fiber or anything else. So you will have high speed internet in very remote areas because of their satellite system. So quite interesting. With that, they want to finance obviously the Mars mission and many more things. Very interesting company. Unfortunately, not publicly traded yet, but they are promising or thinking about it that the Starlink system program will be someday a public traded project or company which will be maybe interesting to invest in, but you will hear it first. As always, thank you very much for watching. Check out also, if you are new here, to follow me on Instagram, where I post sometimes behind the scenes little bit things about Dubai and so on. So I see you in a couple of hours, because we have obviously our daily live stream in the evening tonight, and also we will have our daily vlog. So I wish you a happy weekend and a great start for the weekend, and I see you in just a couple of hours. Thank you.